Hey guys, in this week's video, we're gonna cover plumbing rough-in. So we're gonna rough in a lot of the Pex pipe for our system. We're gonna run some of the drain piping for the kitchen sink, and we're also gonna set up the shower valve and shower head. Hey, we hope you're all staying safe, and we hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into it.
Well, today we're gonna do some plumbing. We have a kitchen sink. It's gonna go over here, so we're gonna have to run some hot and cold water over to this area and put the 1.5-inch drain in. It's going to run in behind the back wall there and drop down through the floor on the back side of the bathroom here. And then we have to run the hot and cold water lines through these studs to get up here to the shower diverter. We don't have the diverter yet. Well, we'll install that tomorrow, but at least we'll get the plumbing in. So that's our plan. Hopefully we'll get it done.
Hey guys, if you're new here, would you do us a favor? Would you click the subscribe button? That way you can stay up to date with all of our new videos. If you click the little bell, you'll get a notification every time we post a new video. Thanks so much. So it's all about the same, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing we're doing here is drilling some holes through the studs so that we can insert our 1.5-inch PVC drain pipe. This is going to drain water from the sink to our gray water holding tank. If your drain pipe's smaller than 3 inches, it needs to have at least a 1/4 inch fall every foot to allow the water to drain and make sure it doesn't get held up in the pipe. We're using PVC pipe here for a drain pipe. Traditional PVC cannot be used for drinking water, so do your homework before you install PVC. That did take up a lot of that stud, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Does that matter?
Well, in certain spots it doesn't. Here it doesn't because this is holding this one.
Yeah.
You know? And we have enough nails in it to make this firm.
Okay.
You know? This one, but this one's only holding the board.
Sure.
Holding the wall.
Yep.
It's not structurally sound for anything. Same thing with this one.
Yep.
We have these nailed to this.
Yep.
Same thing with that, you know, so the only one that's really compromised is this one. This one's okay because it actually has both sides on it.
Oh.
This one cracked because the gun jammed on me.
Gotcha.
When I went through.
Do you know how much PVC you need yet?
I do.
How much, baby?
4 foot. Let's do, well, I'm really not sure. Let's do a 10-footer. I'm not sure where I can get through the hole over here because I don't know where the ribs are.
1 10-footer coming up.
I may have to cut it. It is 10 feet. That's right. We should have brought that on a little piece. I was going to have a piece stubbing out, but we don't need to until the cabinet goes in.
Time out. You guys like this video? Do you really like Pex Pipe? Go ahead and click the like button for us. Really helps us out. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so for our water lines, we're going to be using 1/2-inch Pex Pipe. Pex pipe is a great alternative to the old copper pipe, which you had to solder. It's very stiff, it's expensive. Pex is a lot cheaper. You can get it in spots a little bit easier. It's flexible, so you can do a little bit more with it that way. And also the connections don't need to be soldered. So we're gonna be using SharkBite push to connect fittings. So these push right on the Pex pipe, slides right in there. And it's super easy, quick. If you make a mistake, there's a tool to get it out and pull it out. But otherwise, really great stuff. Highly recommend. We'll put a link in the description below to check out Pex Pipe on Amazon.
Okay, we got Cody fishing the lines through. Hot water to start. Our first water piping installation after the holes were drilled. Okay, we're going through. This is going to come through all the way over to the sink, but we're going to have to put a T in there to go back through the wall here to get to the shower diverter, which is going to be in between these two studs. Pex is so easy. Anybody can do it. Woo! There we go. First water piping installed. Yeah, push that. Push. Okay, run that up. All right, that's good. I need to strap this in to get this into the corner here so that we can get this wood on. Oh, we got the other stud we gotta put on here. That's right. Yeah. Well, no, I'm just thinking, we gotta go through that stud. So we're gonna have to notch that. Right now, I have nothing to hold that in there.
Traditionally, you want to avoid having fittings in the studs in the corner of the wall. If you ever have a leak, it's pretty hard to access in the corner there. You can't just cut into the wall. So what we ran into here is that since we're not using a traditional 2x4 wall, we use 2x3s to keep the wall a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller. This corner in here was a bit tight, and so without being able to use a 90-degree fitting, it took a little bit more space to get this pipe up and into the wall heading to the shower.
Well, I'm not sure about making this bend here. It's kind of too much of a bend. What I probably should have done was come up with the both of them, loop them up, and then loop them out. You know, but I can't go too high because 3 foot is where the diverter is going to be, or 4 foot.
So what the concern is making that too tight or whatever?
Get that in there, yeah. You know?
Feels like it should be bendable enough that you should be able to get it curved enough to be able to get it in there.
But not a 90 though.
Yeah,
that's the problem. You can do a sweeping 90, but not a sharp 90 like this. That's why we probably should have just brought it up and then come through here like that.
Can we still do that?
Yeah, we can. You gotta pull it all out. So I made a nice cut on the end. All you do is, see that white thing's got to go inside the pipe.
Got it.
So just make sure that you kind of got that in there.
Yep.
And push until it stops.
Okay.
Okay, then you try to pull it off and you can't pull it off.
Got it.
Okay? Perfect. But you got to make sure that it goes in and pops in.
Yep.
Okay? We don't need that much hanging out, you know? Because remember what I said about the, let's see how it's 90, a little bent at the end?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut that off.
Is that from cutting it?
No, that's from being in the bend.
Oh.
When you have a cut piece, you can't straighten that end out,
The end piece, yep.
you know?
Yep.
What's that? Now over here, we need to measure. Cut me a 3 3/4 inch straight piece. I may have given you a difficult situation here, but make sure you got it in and make sure you feel it quick, go all the way down, right? Yeah, that because, there you go.
Cool.
Now you take a strap, flat strap.
So just like all other pipe fittings, there's a lot of different options for fittings for PEX pipe. You have 90-degree elbows here. You have a T, so we have the water coming in. We have the water coming in here from our tank. It's going to turn a 90-degree and then it's going to T. This is going to go to the sink and this is going to go to the shower. Really nice, easy way to split the line. So here we've got the hot and the cold water coming up to the shower valve or shower diverter. Typically this will either combine the two lines and head to the shower, or it'll combine the two and then divert either to the tub spout or up to the shower head if you have a tub shower combo. So this combines into one line, comes up to the shower head here, which is mounted between the two studs there. Okay, so let's show you where the water is coming from. We don't have anything else installed, but I'll point out a couple things. Again, this is just roughing in the pipes, but I'll show you where some stuff's gonna go. So this is our bedroom. It's a king size bed from this wall to the outside of that frame. We'll have a little cabinet over here. Our freshwater tank's gonna be on the right side here. It's gonna be an 81-gallon tank. It'll go to about this line. And then the water is going to come out the back side of it. It'll go through a little pre-screen to screen out anything before it goes into the pump. We'll have the water pump in here, an accumulation tank, which we'll talk about more. It helps maintain water pressure. And then that line will run up through here and then out through the rest of the water pipes. One thing we didn't talk about in our last video when we framed the bathroom is why we chose to go with 2x3s for the studs instead of traditional 2x4s. So when you frame a wall in a traditional house, you're going to use 2x4s. They're a little bit wider. It makes the wall 3.5 inches deep between, your sheetrock or drywall. We went with 2x3s mainly because we wanted to keep it lighter for the bus. We wanted to take up less space. We're dealing with 7.5 feet wall to wall here, so we wanted to save an inch. A couple things to keep in mind when you go to buy your shower valve, make sure that the valve is going to fit in a 2x3 wall. And so you'll have to look at specs. They'll have dimensions in kind of a sketch. That's a wasp. Make sure you check the specs. I'll have a little drawing with dimensions. You want to make sure that that valve is going to fit in there. And last thing you'd want to do is buy a really nice shower valve and not be able to use it. When we framed the bathroom, we did what's called glue and screw. So we didn't just screw it into the wall because the bus is going to be in motion. There's a lot more push and force on the studs. So we used liquid nails to glue it to our subfloor first and then screwed it in necessary. So I recommend doing that. We took these, let me show you. We took these 2x3s and we cut a whole bunch of grooves into them to make them less sturdy, I guess, by definition. And then we soaked them overnight in the tub, and then they're able to bend with the curve of the roof. So you can see that there. All right, why are we putting the bathroom here? So there's a couple reasons. First is that we wanted to use the bathroom to kind of separate the bedroom from the rest of the space. We'll have our kitchen on the one side, a couch on the other. Couch is gonna pull out into a bed. So when we have friends or family visit us, have somewhere to sleep, it'll be about a full-size bed, a little bit smaller. So it'll divide up the space. Secondly is we've got an emergency window over here that opens out horizontally, and it's a really nice big window. So when we're out in the middle of nowhere, we can open it up and get some nice fresh air, some natural light in the shower. Actually, the third thing is where we were going to be able to put our gray water tank. So underneath the bus, you're somewhat restricted to where you're able to put things. There's a lot of open space under a bus, but there's also spaces that aren't, where you can't run drain pipe or you can't mount a gray water tank. So we chose a spot where the gray water tank's going to be, and we're able to get the shower in a place where water could run from our washer, dryer, sink, past the shower, and to the gray tank. So that's another reason we chose this spot. Also, this is going to be a wet bath, so it's going to be fully tiled inside. Our composting toilet will be in there as well, but the whole thing is going to be tiled, so we can just spray it down, clean it real easy, and we don't have to worry about where the water is going. Alright guys, thanks for watching this week's video. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for future videos. Next week's video is going to focus on your questions. So what questions do you have? Throw them in the comments below. Maybe it's about the build, maybe it's about the inspiration or the plans for the bus. Maybe it's just about us in general. Go ahead and throw them in the comments and we'll answer them in next week's video.